What's up? What's up? What's up? So, wow, this was a crazy few hours. This was crazy. And I don't think it's a coincidence that all what happened in the last hours happened now. Because it's the day where I was supposed to be at my master in Hungary with my master, get some spiritual charging and ask him things I wanted to ask about table tennis, about 11, about Anna, about coaching, about everything. This didn't happen. And but today, so let me get everything in order. So I was studying programming those last days, and then I bought this. I was at Lidl and I saw this bench, very nice bench. Um, can I bring it here? Let me bring it here to show you. So I bought this very nice bench. I always wanted one like this, where you can, because I never worked on my chest, the lower part, because I don't like it when, when people have this, their trained chest, but it looks like female breasts because they're hanging down, because this is so thick. Always like this flat and wide, so I'm training more the upper part. I always wanted this kind. It's like now 45 degrees, and you can change it. Can also be flat, but either they were super expensive, like 250 or whatever, or they were cheaper, but they were not good. So this was at Lidl a few days ago. Was like, well, not it was like 129 something, but it's very good quality, and I got this. So yesterday I was, or today I was watching many videos of a guy I found now who was like a doctor of physiology, something, and he was talking about different ways to work out and what is the best and how many reps and blah blah blah. So I made this plan like, okay, I want to lose weight now. I want to lose like 5 kilos, maybe a month, 3 months, like a good practice. Start weights again, uh, fall to maybe 80, 85 kilos, have a great body, so on. I was thinking, okay, do this and also uh, coding, then also maybe uh, playing table tennis again, and also meditating, of course, 5 hours. But then it somehow hit me. I don't know how it happened, when it happened. Like this was like not long ago, and it was like, fuck all of this, man. Meditation is the most important thing, and which like one of the very very nice quotes I love from one of the spiritual master of the past century, Hazur Babasaban Singh Ji. It was like 1940, 19, early 1900s, till 1940, I think. And this here says if during lifetime entry has been made into the eye center, which is here, the third eye, he calls it eye center, and the sound current, the bell sound, has been grasped. The bell sound is the one which pulls you out of the body and into the astral world. Life has been usefully spent. If this has not been done, even though all else has been done, and more successfully, then life has been wasted. This done, all is done. This not done, all else done, is as if nothing is done. Such is the finding of Sanmat, and it is a fact. It is not an arbitrary mandate. So he is saying like this is the most important thing in life. And then he continues, this life is for the purpose of ending our coming back into this world. So this is based on the law of karma, that they call it the wheel of 84, I think, or 8.4, 84, 8.4, that there are 84, 8.4 million different species. Wait, there's something here running on the floor. I was a little friend running around. Who knows who this is? Maybe a friend from another life. So this is a good example because this is like the wheel of 84 or 8.4. Doesn't matter really. Like there's the law of karma, that there are 84, 8.4 million different species or bodies a soul can come into this life, like this cockroach now. This is one of the 8.4 million bodies. So, and we come again and again and again and again. And then the human body is the highest of creation, because only in this body we can go back to the source by doing what he is telling here, by collecting at the third eye or eye center, what he says. Jesus calls it single eye. Tenth door, Disartil, Dasvandor. There are many, many names. Tenth door, I like the tenth door because it's, they say 9 doors to the world outside. 2, 4, 6, 7, 9. Those bring our attention to the world outside. And here is the door to the inner or spiritual worlds where we once came from. So then we may be in a cockroach, then in the fly, in an animal or whatever. The highest of all creation is the human body, because only here we have the ability to think and to make decisions and to think about life, to see right from wrong, and then ask about the meaning of life and ask questions like, where did we come from? Why are we here? What's the purpose of life? What's after death? What was before? And all this. An animal doesn't have this. The animal just lives out its karma and lives on desires only. Human being can go beyond that. That's what's the highest purpose. The highest in all creation. And the goal is to collect here, leave, go to the next world, astral, causal, supercausal, Satskant. It's the home we once came from. So this is the whole game, if you will, of life, of creation. Like the source of one became many. Then there's this wheel of reincarnation. Everything is judged on by thoughts, by words, and by deeds. We come back and back and back till we do this. When we collect, we enter into the eye center, catch the bell, the big bell. This brings us to the astral, then we go higher, higher. Then and only then, life, as he says, life has been usefully spent. If this has not been done, even though all else has been done and more successfully, like whatever you may consider as success, maybe money, maybe family, maybe president of the United States, maybe a doctor or whatever, then life has been wasted. They are saying that the only way somebody can say this life has been usefully spent is if they collect here, disconnect from the body, and go to the higher spiritual worlds, back to home. But first, mostly this step, because this step is also the most important. It's also the most difficult. They say, although there are like 5 worlds, and then 3 more worlds, this is like half the journey, because it's very, very difficult to disconnect from this world and collect here. If you have done this, then you made the most difficult step. So that's why I thought, fuck table tennis, fuck coding, fuck everything. Just, I have to take care of Anna, of course. But then all the rest, fuck everything. So I made the decision, fuck coding, fuck table tennis, 7.5 hours every day meditation instead of 5. Usually when I start meditating, I do this at 12 o'clock, like now it's 12:57, and then I have the system where I sit, whatever time I sit in meditation can go out, whatever, like if I sit one time meditation, then can go one time in this world, one time meditation, or 2 or 3 hours, or whatever. So this way it takes me double the time. So if I want to do 7.5 hours, it takes me 15 hours. And if I have 8 hours sleep, then it's already 23. There's just 1 hour left. So if I manage to do then maybe 1 hour table tennis or 1 hour coding or whatever, but not usually, well, you can do 7.5 hours and do this daily, then you don't need 8 hours. Then you will be good, maybe 4 hours, maximum 6 hours, max. I would say 4 hours. So this would be then 7.5, 15, or 4, 19. Then there are 5 hours left, and in 5 hours I can code a little bit table, and so on. But because I like the last period of time I didn't meditate much, so it will take some time to get into this again. So if I cannot do it, then I do nothing else. Also, it's 2 months of coding, and for the first time, like a few days ago, I started also taking in the Udacity course I had back then with Unity and C#. And I had this idea, I don't know how it came again. Before, when I took this first time, the course in 17, I was following and then following and doing what they say and following. So I knew what to do to create the game, and my capstone back then with the table tennis game I had and so on, but I didn't really understand coding. Yes, I did create everything because I was following what they said, but it was more like copy paste, like okay, like with a little bit of change, right? So I knew, okay, this is how you create a UI. So I took this and then changes a little bit so I can use it for my game. Or this is how you teleport. So I took the code and put it in my game so I can teleport. So everything was like this: copy, paste, copy, paste. It was not really understanding the core principle of coding. So now I started again to take this course, and then I forgot everything. Like I forgot everything after 6 years, everything, like 100%. Didn't know anything. So I'm taking this course again, and as I said, one course is from University of London, one course is from University of Michigan, then this from Udacity. I also started the Blueprint course for those three are all for, I think, no, but three are all for Unity, and I think Michigan has also Unreal. And then I took also a course for Blueprint with Unreal. So I took at the same time 4 courses. So then a few days ago, there was from Udacity, they started to code, right? Like, okay, how do we move like a coconut? How do we make a coconut fall, for example? And then there was this transfer for those who know a little bit, or those who know coding, like transform, uh, translate, and so on. So I started doing what I did back then, with just copy pasting, and then I said, wait a minute, this is not right. It's not the right way to learn. I want to know why. Why does it say using Unity Engine? Why does it say transform, translate, and not something else? What is this? What is that? And why is this? So I talked to my friend ChatGPT, and this is like, without ChatGPT, this would not be the same, like not even close. So it's so good in explain. If you can make it explain it the way you want, because in the beginning, it was talking like would be talking to a program. Yes, a class, and then there are many properties and namespaces and methods and this. What the fuck you doing, man? I told you I don't understand those. I want you to explain it to me. And you are talking like um, using those words which I don't understand. You have to talk to me in English without using those words, like explaining in English what those words do, so I understand the core meaning. And then it did it and was very good. And with question after question after question after question after question after question. So then at some point, it clicked in my mind. So what? This is it? This is coding? Like this is easy. This is easy as fuck. Like super easy. There's no fucking way I will not be able to create the game. Like no fucking way. No fucking way. And at some point, those guys, one is, at Udacity, they have like good programmers, and not just good programmers, but programmers who work with Unity and create games and create like, this one guy was creating like a C, but not with the editor, but with coding, different stuff like that. And he said a nice thing. He said like, people just think that coding is like you sit down and code. It's not. You have to go to the documentation and dig into it and blah blah blah, and then prepare. So I asked ChatGPT, why this and why that and why not this and why do I need this? Why? Why does this need to be there? And so on and so on. And then, as I said, it clicked, and I was like, "Well, this is it." I understood the core of coding. So I was telling them, ChatGPT, look what I got. It's like coding is this and this and this and this and this. That's the essence of it. So yes, that's it. You got it. All the rest is like, then you can, then you can, like the words they are using, they are not important. You can always look those up. The important thing is to understand what it is. So in the beginning it was like namespaces and methods and classes and functions and properties and all those things. And then I understood what those things are, because before, and though Udacity was better teachers than the others, they were also not very, very good teachers, because they said, okay, those are those words and those you just need to learn. No, why? I don't want to just learn those words. I want to understand what this is. Don't tell me just to copy paste. Tell me what this is and why this is this way and not another way. Then I learned that namespaces, for example, at the beginning of a script in Unity, it says using Unity Engine, I think. Like now, it doesn't matter if it's called Unity Engine or Unity Bungeon or Tongjen. Doesn't matter. What matters is that I understood that this is like a pool of like a toolbox with things with which you need to which you can use inside of the script. So for you to be able to use this and not to have to write in a long code, you have to write at the beginning using this namespace, right? Okay, that's easy to understand. It's a toolbox. Then there are like methods. Methods are things which it's lines of code doing stuff. Like if you want something to change or something, the character to do something or to change the color or whatever you want to change, this is done through methods. It's like commands. And then there are variables. Variables are containers of data. So what are properties? The properties, they are like methods are stuff that has been done, but they have no return. Like you don't get anything back, like a result back. It's just go there, do this, and that's it. And properties are also commands, but they get something back. Like go there, do this, and give me the result. And then you can take the result and do something with it. And and that's pretty much it. So then I took all the scripts they were talking about, like a few scripts, 2-3 scripts, without knowing the words. I could see like, okay, those are variables, those are classes, those are methods, right? Right. So the way the essence this works is like, whatever you want to change, let's say I want to change the color of the table or whatever. You need to put this in a variable to have this data. Like a variable, you can call this variable like table tennis table, color of table tennis table. Then you have to use the type of variable, because there are numbers like I think int is whole numbers, float is like decimals, but there are also double two kinds of decimals. Float usually is used. String is a text. Color, there's color. So if in this case you want the color to be changed, so then you write and before the variable you have to declare if it's public. So if this can be used from all scripts, if this can be used in your script only, in this script only, or also in other scripts. So you have to write like public, private, or protected in front. Then the variable type, which is color, and then you give it a name. You say color of the table. So then you can set it. This is the variable for the thing you want to change. And then you write a command, which is called method, to change it. So this is the essence of it. And this happens with everything you want to do. And then you don't even really have to know the words. Because you can look it up in the documentation, like how can I move stuff, like the then classes are like groups of things which are similar. These are classes, and Unity then creates functions for those things which you can use with a simple word and not have to write big code. For example, the camera. The camera is a class because you can do many things with the camera. You can move it, you can change the background, you can do other stuff. So this is then a class the camera. So you start with class, like camera, and then the commands. But this you can always look up. It doesn't really matter. Like, how can I move this there? You look it up and you see the class is transform, and then to move is translate. Even if I would not know, it doesn't matter. I know how the concept works. Like, okay, I want to change this. I have to create a variable. In what class does this variable fall, or what type is it? Is it a number? Is it a color? Is it whatever? And then I want to change it. What do I want to change? This. In what class does it fall? This. And then, so this is the concept of it, and this is like really, really easy. And then you can go into the documentation, look up how to change certain things, how to have the results you want. Then you look at the sample code, and then you copy it, and that's it. And this I will never forget, because this is the essence of coding in C#. I don't know how it is, and then I started to question things, because then I understood it was not before. Before it was just copy paste. Okay, you have to write transform translate 1 2 5 6 F whatever. I didn't know what it means. I just knew that this will move things. That's it. So when I saw other code, then I didn't have a clue what it means. But now I just had the script and I knew those are variables, these are methods. Then you have things happening at start, things happening at every frame. So this is always the same. And then you just have to look up what the function you want, and then you can work with it. Then I understood it, and then I started to question it. Like, for example, one variable is color, right? So there was like a public color, whatever, and then I don't remember exactly the method, but it doesn't really matter how it's called. So it was about changing the color. So from what I learned, it's like, okay, if you want to change the color, then you have to set a variable which takes this data, and then you write a method where you take this data and change it or whatever you want. So I knew this essence of how it has to be done. So I saw the variable, and then said like variable was color, and then it says equals color red. So the color was set to red. So I asked ChatGPT, why do they write color red? Because I understood the essence of what this thing does, and then I was questioning it. I was examining with logic, and then things didn't make sense sometimes. Like, if you declare a variable and it is color, then you already know a color is coming, right? You are declaring it. So why do I need to write color dot red? Why can't I just write red? Red is a color. I declared the variable color, so why do I need to write also color dot red? And then first ChatGPT tried to like explain why Unity would do this, but I said, okay, let's just be logical. Didn't I declare the variable and it's called color? Yes. So we know the color is coming, right? Yes. So why do I need to write again color dot red and not just red? And ChatGPT said yes. It's like you're saying it like double. It's like saying I want an orange, or I say I want a fruit orange. I mean, why do I have to say fruit? If I say I want a fruit, so I'm declaring what I want, and then I say, okay, give me an orange. It's like saying I want a fruit, give me a fruit orange. Then like double. Why would I say it 2 times? It makes no sense. Or then the other thing which then made me want to try Unreal, like when I understood what a method is, which wants to do things. So for those who know C# and Unity, it has this void start, which is a method starting at the start of the game, and then it has void update, which is a method which is run at every frame, but it is empty. It doesn't do anything. So then I asked ChatGPT, but why is this called method? It doesn't do anything. And ChatGPT always tries to explain why somebody is doing this and trying to find an explanation for it, as if it was like ask them, okay, don't act like you are the lawyer of Unity. Give me a logical explanation. Does void start do anything? Yes, but then you can write inside. Okay, I can write inside, but if I don't write inside, does void start do anything? No. Well, then it's not a method. If a method is a thing which does stuff, like transform, like translate, translate means you move things, for example, or other stuff, whatever it does stuff. So then void start is not a method. Void update is not a method. It's a container where you put then in your method, whatever it is. Like for example, this was one with, because there was just 1, 2 scripts I was examining. It was like transform translate, which is transform is the class, which is the coordinates. Then translate is it moves around. So translate is the method, the function. So this is the thing. If I put this in start, it will happen start. If I put this in update, it will happen every frame. But if I not, so this will do stuff. But if I leave it empty, then void start, void update don't do anything. So they by themselves don't do shit. So that's why you cannot call them the same name as something which does stuff. It's not a method. It's when you think just logical. It's a container of a method. So I didn't like this. Then I said, okay, well, how is Unreal? Is it more logical and more direct, intuitive, or it works also like this? And he said, like, people say it's more logical. But anyway, I got a little bit carried away. The thing is that I understood how C# works. And I think most, if not all, I would say, no, I don't know them, but logic tells me that most languages work the same way, just that they use different words. Like void start may not even exist in Unreal, or it exists, but it's called a different way. So you have to learn the language of it and how I think ChatGPT said syntax. The syntax is how what words you use and how it is like put together, like in C# and Unity maybe public void start, and Unreal was something like tick, something with tick or whatever. So it's different language, but the core principle should be the same or very, very similar. So if you understand the core principle of coding, this is the most important thing. This is the most important thing. After that, it's just looking up documentation and saying, okay, this is how it works. Like for example, as I said, okay, I want to change this. I have to create a variable, and then I do the methods, and that's it. So then it's very, very easy if you understood the logic. So even I thought, alright, I show it now. But because I said I will meditate now 7.5 hours a day, so even if I put this aside, I feel very first time I feel very, very confident that I can pick it up and do whatever I want to do just by looking up documentation. Of course, I don't know the all the words, but I don't need to know all the words. I need to know how it works, and then I can just look up the words. Can be X, Y, Z, whatever. Doesn't matter. I know that I have to arrange things in this order, and have variables, have methods, and so on, and classes. Or then I ask, why do we need the mono behavior? Why? Because it just opens like a script, but doesn't do anything. I explained very good that mono behavior, that's this axis is all the toolbox. That's oh. So this is what I'm gonna do. And then I got this today. Like all this, even if all this happens and I do the game and get the millions and so on, it doesn't mean anything. It's a wasted life if this is all that is. like Master Hazur says here. If this has not been done, if you did not collect here, which is the goal of physical life, to rise above the body, and this will be done by collecting here, catching the big bear and going up. And it doesn't matter what you have done in life, it's all wasted. Why? Because you will have to come again. Or as he says again, the last line, this life is for the purpose of ending or coming back into this world. Like in the cycle again. Because whatever you do in this life, whatever you do, except this, you will have to come back based on your thoughts, based on what you did, based on what you said, where your desires are, where your attachments are, you will come back here. So, but this of course is all based on desires. If people have strong desires for this world, for things in this world, or for people in this world, that they are very attached, then all of this is goes in one ear, comes out in the other. It's just like with the Matrix, exactly the same thing, like with the Matrix, or the other movie which has also those worlds, like the 13th Floor, and they came out the same year, 1999, which was the just before I took initiation in 2000, and this came out both of them in summer 99. It was very, very strange and very nice, because this Matrix is like, in essence, like a modern explanation of the spiritual path, because especially in the E they say this world is Maya, it's an illusion, it doesn't show the reality, that we are not bodies, we are souls, or pieces of consciousness which are in this body to live here. And in the Matrix is like, it's the body, and this whole world is generated and to keep you from the truth. And this is what spiritual scriptures say, exactly the same, that the mind is the architect in like in the Matrix. The architect created the three worlds, the three lower worlds, and tries to keep us here. It's exactly like in the Matrix. He tries to keep us here and gives us like nice things and desires and whatever. And the agents are like the five thieves, they say in spirituality. It's like ego, greed, lust. What else? Two more. So attachment. One more. So anything that keeps you in this world, entangled in this world, and nobody can beat those agents because they are so strong. Only when you have then connection to a realized being, which in this in the movie was like Morpheus and so on. And then you go into the real world, and then you have the powers, and then you look. It's so many similarities. So, like imagine Neo, and you tell Neo whatever you want to tell him about the world he was living in, which was not the real one, which was an illusion. It didn't matter. Everything, once he could rise above the world and see the world for what it is, like just an illusion to keep us enslaved in this world. So the power of the human body then can be used to turn into batteries and run this whole thing. It's the same thing what spiritual masters say, because we as souls have the power, the energy, and through this power this whole world is run. If there are no souls, this old world would end. So the mind, or the architect, as the architect in the Matrix, tries to keep us all here, and spiritual masters come like Morpheus to get us to the real world, or back home. So this is the whole game, and that's why if you look at it from this perspective, like look at it from the perspective of Neo, everybody who stays in the Matrix is a wasted life. Doesn't matter what they do. Of course, what did the Cypher say? Just plug me back in, like plant me back in and give me something, a lot of money and this. And he was eating the steak and saying, oh, I know it's not true. Hello, my mind tells me is true, but it's not. But what do you say? Uh, Ignorance is bliss. Of course. So, and others, and never even think about this. But if you look at it from that perspective, like from somebody who, because masters are those who are freed from this world and enslavement of this world and the body, they see it from a higher perspective and say, look, as long as you are in there, no matter what you do, if you are a billionaire, if you are Olympics gold medal 50 times, or president, or whatever you do, this life is wasted. Why? Because you are still in the matrix. You are still captivated. You are still a slave of the system. So you have to come back then. You have to come back, and maybe come back as a cockroach, or as a animal, another animal, dog, cat, and then at some point you get again a human life. Then you have the chance again to go there if you're ready. Most people never even hear of those teachings because there's so much stuck in this world that everything is about this world. Their world is about this world, like family and loved ones and business and money and power and all this. They're all too much in this world. I never even think about if there's something beyond this. Yeah, I think the only time people think about it if somebody dies, like if their close one dies, mother, father, friend, or whatever, then people may think for a moment, oh, where did they go? You know, are they finished? Are they go? And I will have to die too at some point. What will happen? Others may not even then think about it, because in their mind it's like it's all matter anyway. So anyway, but this is very powerful, very powerful line. If during lifetime entry has been made into the ice and the sound current has been grasped, life has been usefully spent. If this has not been done, even though all else has been done and most successfully, then life has been wasted. This done, all is done. This not done, all else done, is as if nothing is done. That is very powerful. So, and that's why I say fuck everything else. This is the most important thing. Time is ticking. I will push hard now for the next 3 months. It's like in 3 months I have physical birthday. And I will push for this and keep this always. I will remind myself always of this. Like this is the most important thing. Only then life has been usefully spent. Only then. So then this should be the main goal, and this should also be the main part of daily living. Because if you want to reach a goal, then you also have to put in the time and effort. It's like somebody wants to win an Olympic medal. It's not enough to think about it, you want it. You have to work hard every day. 8 hours every day, 10 hours every day. Then come closer and closer. So this is what I'm gonna do. And if I get to the point where I have free time, then I will see what I do. Maybe code a little bit, maybe play table tennis a little bit. I don't know yet. Maybe I will. Maybe I see it's like too difficult, and it's the only thing I can manage, like to do the 7.5 hours, and there's no time left except, of course, for Anna. Then I will do just this, because this I will every day read this again and again to keep this in my mind, so I will not waste time and not waste my life. And then, if this has been done, because if this has been done, as I said, what was it? If this done, all is done. Like if you do this, then everything okay, and then whatever. If you have free time, do whatever you want. Play a little bit table tennis, play a tournament, or coach, or code, or whatever. If not, then full time this again, because this is the most important thing in life. So that's the decision I made right now, like the last few hours, and this has to wait. you know, wait, and if I, as I said, if I can do this 7.5 hours, then I will find out maybe also a little bit for this. And yeah, if not, then fuck table tennis, fuck coding, programming. Is it? And as I said, now that I understood the essence of coding, I can pick it up any moment. Doesn't matter. It's not like something I have to remember. Like, oh, it was transform, translate. It always have this example because this is the lesson I did. Like, okay, what's the word? And then copy. It's all about the word. But now it's about the essence. I know what the essence is. I will not forget this. And then just look it up. Alright, so this is it. Starting now, I'm already late, 1:30 in the morning. My master's now in Hungary. Maybe I get in those 2-3 days also some downloads. I think, wait a minute, are they also Saturday, 24th? I think the week was 22nd till 25th, the Singapore. Maybe they already played. Who knows? If not till Sunday. Today is now Saturday. Yes, we'll see. All right, so this is it. Full time now. All my energy, all my time, all my effort goes into meditation to get the 7.5 hours now. If I do it, if I can do it, and there will be time left, then I don't know what I will do. I will do it I will decide at that time. And also because the more you meditate, you see things totally different. Like now I was like pumped because I did a little bit. I had those weights and I did a little bit like barbell presses, a little bit biceps, and a little bit shoulders, and everything hurts here, and it's pumped. Like my arm is pumped. I'm mood like, oh, I like it, you know. But the more you meditate, you just disconnect from everything, and then you think totally different. So I don't know how and what I will do. I will just concentrate on doing the 7.5, and once I do it, if I do it, then based on that condition I'm in, and then how I will see everything. Based on that, I will decide what I will do. Maybe I will be so disconnected from everything that I will say, fuck it, fuck the game, fuck table tennis, or whatever. Or maybe I played it, or maybe I do this little bit to lose weight or whatever. I don't know. Based on the state I'm in, then I will decide. But for now, starting from now already, like I push hard now for the 7.5 hours, and then we will see. So that's it. Peace out. See you. I sent an SoundCloud has been life has been useful. This done, all is done. That is such a nice sentence. This done, all is done. This not done, all else done is as if nothing is done. That's cool. Peace out.